You think you're working hard in the gym? You're not. You're just busy. Sweating doesn't mean you trained. Soreness doesn't mean you made progress. And just because you're tired doesn't mean you did anything that actually challenged your body to change. But I get it. It feels like hard work. You're moving nonstop. Your heart's pounding. By the end of the session, you're wiped. So it must be working, right? Not even close. The truth is, most people spend their workouts chasing exhaustion, not results. And that's exactly why nothing's changing. Here's what no one tells you. There's a huge difference between being active and being effective. One makes you feel like you're doing something, the other actually does something. And most of the time, they're not the same. You might be stuck in this loop, showing up, sweating, and wondering why the mirror hasn't changed. And it's not because you're lazy, it's because you're stuck in a pattern that feels productive, but isn't. So before you keep grinding through another session thinking you crushed it, do yourself a favor, watch this video all the way through. Because what you're missing isn't obvious. But once you see it, you'll never train the same way again. The reason your workouts feel so hard isn't because you're pushing yourself the right way. It's because your training is a mess. You're jumping from one thing to the next with no structure, no plan, and no purpose. It's a random mix of movements that look intense on the surface, but do nothing underneath. You're doing circuits that leave you winded, supersets that chase the burn, and machines you barely adjust properly before jumping in. It all feels like effort, but it's really just noise. And that's why you're tired. Not because you're training smart, but because you're wasting energy on things that don't move the needle. You're grinding through sessions that are built to exhaust you, not to improve you. You might leave the gym out of breath and dripping sweat, but none of that means your body had a reason to change. You didn't challenge a muscle. You didn't improve a movement. You didn't fix a weakness. You just survived the workout. That kind of chaos tricks you into feeling accomplished. You think, that was brutal. I crushed it. But ask yourself, what exactly did you get better at today? Most people can't answer that. And that's the problem. Hard work without direction isn't heroic. It's just wasted effort. And the worst part? You won't even notice it until months go by and nothing changes. And by then, you're blaming everything except the way you trained. Here's the next trap, and it's a quiet one. You get comfortable. You've got your routine. Monday is chest day. Tuesday is back. Same exercises, same machines, same order, same weights. You know it inside out. And sure, it feels like hard work because you're breathing heavy, your muscles burn, and you're tired by the end. But you're not actually progressing. You're just repeating. You're not training, you're rehearsing. The human body adapts fast. And once it adapts, it has no reason to keep changing. So if you've been doing the same workouts for weeks, months, even years, don't be surprised when your physique stays the same too. What used to be challenging is now just familiar discomfort. You're not pushing boundaries anymore. You're performing a well-practiced routine that looks tough but feels safe. You've mastered the motions, but you've lost the purpose. And that's exactly how progress stalls. It feels productive because it feels familiar, and anything that still leaves you tired must be working, right? But deep down, you know better. You know you haven't added weight in months. You know your body looks the same. You know you're just maintaining, not improving. If you're still doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. That's not a training plan, that's autopilot. And it's the #1 reason most people never see the transformation they're chasing. But even when you break out of routine, it's easy to fall into the next trap, showing up without direction. Most people walk into the gym with no real plan. They might have a split. They might know which body part they're hitting, but beyond that, nothing. No clear goal for the day. No intention. No focus. They just go through whatever feels familiar, check off a few exercises, and call it good. But if you're not walking in with a purpose, a specific thing you're trying to improve, then what are you even doing? You're not trying to move better. You're not chasing strength. You're not refining technique. You're just moving for the sake of moving. And yeah, you'll get sweaty. You'll feel tired, but none of it sticks. Because your body isn't being told what to adapt to. You're sending it mixed signals every week, a random combo of volume, tempo, weight, and exercises with no real direction. And that's why your physique doesn't change. Your training is vague, so your results are vague. Training without intention is just noise. It's activity, and activity isn't the same as progress. You're not getting better, you're just staying busy. And deep down, you know that. You're not excited about your workouts anymore, because there's nothing to chase. No target, no urgency. You're just showing up and hoping it adds up. But hope isn't a strategy. and it definitely doesn't build the body you want. Now, let's talk about focus, or honestly, the complete lack of it. You see it everywhere. People staring at their phones between sets, texting, scrolling, swiping, filming every rep but forgetting to actually train. Or they're just chatting mid-workout like it's social hour. And then they wonder why their progress stalled. If your brain isn't in it, your body won't be either. You can't expect real results when your workout is just background noise. Every time you step into the gym, you're either locked in or you're just passing time. And the truth is, most people are just trying to get through the session. No intention behind the reps. No awareness of form. No mental connection to the muscle they're supposed to be working. It's just movement. Reps are rushed. Sets are sloppy. The mind is, well, elsewhere. Here's what most don't get. Training isn't just physical, it's mental first. The best results come when every rep has a purpose. When you're not just lifting weight, you're controlling it, feeling it, adjusting mid-rep to make it harder, not easier. But that kind of focus doesn't happen when you're half distracted or thinking about what's next. It takes presence, discipline, attention. And if you're not bringing that level of focus to your training, don't expect your body to reward you. Because half-hearted effort leads to half-built results. Every single time. If this is making you rethink your whole routine, that like button's right there. Hit it, and subscribe for more. Ever notice how your workouts are packed but your results are flat? That's because you're stuck in busy work. Supersets, drop sets, circuits, high-rep burnout finishers. It all looks intense. But looking busy doesn't mean you're building anything. You're throwing random volume at your body and hoping something sticks. But muscle doesn't grow from chaos. It grows from strategy, from targeting weaknesses, from dialing in quality over quantity. You're mistaking movement for progress. But the truth is you don't need more. You need better. Better technique, better control, better execution. You don't need 10 different exercises. You need 3 you actually master. But that kind of training doesn't feel as productive in the moment. It doesn't create sweat for the sake of sweat. So you stack on fluff just to feel like you did something when all you really did was waste energy without direction. You're doing more, but not doing what matters. And deep down, you already know it. You know which movements actually build size and strength, compound lifts, full range of motion, slow and controlled reps, uncomfortable sets that force you to stay locked in. The kind of work that actually creates change. But that's exactly what most people avoid. Not because they don't understand it, but because it demands more. More focus, more patience, more discomfort. It's not fast, it's not convenient. And it requires more than just showing up. So instead, they load up their workouts with fluff. Machines that feel easy to use. Cables that give constant tension but let you cheat range. High rep pump sets that feel intense, but don't build anything meaningful. It all feels like effort, but it's misdirected effort. It's effort that stays in the comfort zone. The zone where you're in control, but never really challenged. The truth is, most people train around their weaknesses instead of through them. They skip the stuff that actually breaks them down and makes them better. Movements that test your balance, coordination, and discipline. The ones you don't like, because they expose what's missing. That's where progress happens. If you keep avoiding the work that makes you uncomfortable, your body will keep giving you exactly what it is right now. Nothing more. Because it doesn't change based on what's easy. It changes when you finally stop avoiding what actually works. Most people think training is just about what you do with your body sets, reps, weights, time. But the part that really changes you? It's in the standards you set while you train, and most people's standards are shockingly low. They let sloppy reps slide. They don't call themselves out for cutting range. They lose focus mid-set and don't reset. And worst of all, they accept it. They keep showing up with that same low standard and expect high-level results. You want to know why elite lifters get more out of the same movements? It's not the exercise, it's their standards. Every rep is intentional. Every position is earned. Every mistake gets corrected. They don't just go through the motions, they hold themselves to something higher every single time. If you keep letting weak reps, half-effort sets, and distracted training slide your practicing mediocrity, that becomes your baseline, and your body will always reflect your standards. You don't need more volume. You don't need more exercises. You need to raise the bar on the work you're already doing. Your form, your focus, your pace, every detail matters. Stop thinking of training as just what you do. Start thinking of it as the way you hold yourself accountable. Because the truth is, you're not just building muscle, you're building habits. And if those habits are lazy, don't expect the results to be anything else. Everyone wants results, but no one wants to slow down. You rush your warm-up, rush your sets, rush your rest. You power through reps like there's a prize for finishing fast. But muscle doesn't grow because you finished your workout quickly. It grows because you did the work properly. And right now, you're moving too fast to make anything count. Think about it, you fly through exercises just to say you did them. But the rep that actually builds muscle, that's the one you slow down. That's the one you feel. That's the one you finish under control, not with momentum, not by cheating, not just to get it over with. People always talk about intensity, but if you're rushing through everything, how intense can it really be? You're not giving your body time under tension. You're not giving your muscles a reason to adapt. You're just moving weight around fast and hoping something sticks. If you want to see change, you need to stop treating your workout like a race. The real growth isn't in how much you do, it's in how you do it. And until you learn to slow down and actually train with intent, you'll keep spinning your wheels. Fast workouts might feel good, but slow, controlled, focused training builds the body you're after. So if this sounds like your training, it's time to change it. Not by adding more, not by training longer, but by showing up with purpose. Cut the noise. Stop chasing sweat. Start chasing precision. Because the moment you shift from just surviving your workouts to actually owning them, that's when real progress begins. And that's when your body finally starts to reflect the effort you've been putting in. Don't stop now. Watch the next video. Your progress depends on it.